Part 1. System of Elections and Public Opinion. The two-party system is rather simple. There are two major political parties that compete in national elections. In the United States, the two dominant parties are the Democrats and the Republicans. Although many people do not agree as to why the US has a seemingly permanent two-party system, they have boiled it down to the two main ideas: system of elections and public opinion. Unlike many countries, especially in Europe, the electoral structure that the US uses is known as the plurality system or winner-take-all method. Fundamentally, the system means that all elections associated with a political representative, whether a mayor or a president, is the winner if they get the most votes. This, however, means that the winner doesn't have to win a majority vote in order to get complete control over their position. For example, if we were to compare the two political systems of France and the United States, France offers a larger variety of political parties that focus on specific topics, whereas the US has two major political parties that have to be broad because of the competitive nature of the two-party system. Moving on, the public opinion is also contributed to the tenacious nature of the two-party system. Basing off several national surveys, the general public of the U.S. citizens had labeled both Democrats and Republicans in areas in which they have been known to handle the best with. People see the Democratic Party better in handling situations involving poverty, environment, or healthcare. Yeah, thanks Obamacare. Example would be FDR with the New Deal. Many people believe that his policies helped the U.S. because of his attempts to address the issues of poverty, though most of the New Deal's policies weren't as effective and really prolonged the Great Depression. Nevertheless, Democrats still get credit for helping America out during the Great Depression. Unlike the Democrats, however, Republicans are preferably better at handling issues concerning with the military, international commerce, or national security. An example would be George Bush boosting America's national security from potential threats. He increased the homeland security to not only airports, but border controls and anti-terrorist programs that helped secure the U.S. By the end of his presidency, he successfully prevented several terrorist attacks by taking place at several locations, including the JFK airport. Another important thing about the two-party system is that it has helped America prevent itself from repeating the same political issues that Europe has dealt with since the Middle Ages. Issues concerning with religion, aristocracy, and the creation of a new economic system have all been avoided because of the running of two major political parties. Unlike the United States, European countries in the past have suffered from a major political party rising up and taking control over everything, eventually causing drastic change over the country. Two examples would be the rise of the Bolshevik Party, or the Communist Party, and within Russia, and the rise of the Nazi Party, or the Fascist Party, in Germany. Since the two-party system avoids these issues, it also opens up different issues that the U.S. had to address to before the European countries, such as slavery, equal rights among all races, and even women's suffrage. Overall, the two-party system is effective at maintaining balance in political power within the federal government, but offers little diversity outside two major parties, giving little to no chance for smaller minor parties to go against them. Part 3. The minor parties. While the two-party system restrains minor parties from winning more glorified positions in politics, such as the presidency, it does not mean it prevents them from forming in the first place. Minor parties, sometimes referred to as third parties, have always been a part of American politics, even if they couldn't compete with the Democrat and Republican parties. There are four major types of minor parties. The first one is the ideological parties. Parties that profess a complete view of society and a government that are very different from established parties. An example would be the Libertarian Party, who are firm believers in the laissez-faire and civil liberties. One-issue parties, parties that focus on one policy. These kind of parties usually give away their policies based off their name, such as the Prohibition Party, which stood for the opposition of alcoholic beverages. The third is the economic protest parties, parties that are based off a specific region and protest about economical issues. The Populist Party is a prime example because the tensions between the rich tycoons, such as Rockefeller, and the poor industrial workers in the late 19th century helped them grow in popularity as they promised to aid the poor. The fourth and final one is the fractional parties, parties that are originally split from a major party due to political differences and views. The party split for Republicans in 1912 was caused by the Bull Moose Party, supporters of Theodore Roosevelt, who were against Republican supporters of President Taft, ultimately costing Republicans the 1912 election.